Kendrick sending a Super Bowl message with his Super Bowl performance. DJ Akademiks leaking Super Bowl sets and getting sued. Joe Budden owes everyone an apology. Drake and Serena Williams getting dragged online. Let's get into it. It's your boy Heaven Hollywood back on IE Network. This is the Heaven Hollywood Report. And let's get to it. So everybody's talking about the Super Bowl set and the Super Bowl performance. You know, I'm going to let you know what I thought of it. I gave Kendrick Lamar a 6, about a 6.1, 6.2 on a scale of 10. It wasn't the worst Super Bowl performance like a lot of people are saying. And it wasn't the best Super Bowl performance. It was about, like I said, a 6.1, 6.2 in the performance. He did send a message that a lot of people probably wasn't going to get, especially people who ain't black. Now, here's a little breakdown, just in case the message went over your head. Here's a little breakdown.
The halftime show wasn't supposed to be entertainment. It was a message laced with symbolism about our government and control. In the lyrics, the revolution about to be televised. Right time for the wrong guy. Kendrick warned the audience to pay close attention. Samuel L. Jackson dressed as Uncle Sam, a national personification of the United States, symbolizing our government and our military. Uncle Sam represents patriotism and national identity. But with Samuel L. Jackson playing Uncle Sam, Kendrick was making a statement. He was telling his people to get ready. The division of the American flag highlighted the division in America. The Crips dressed in blue, the Bloods dressed in red. Together, they symbolized our country coming together in unity. The stars and the stripes were divided, illuminating the division in America. Serena Williams' hands shone, lifting the people up. This was more than just a halftime show.
And that was a breakdown of Kendrick Lamar's show. Here's my take on that real quick. I get it. I get the whole he sent the message and, you know, he did that right in front of Trump. But guess what? Trump didn't know what the hell was going on. He's not going to get it. So that kind of takes a little sting out of it just because we know what he was saying. But Trump don't know what the heck that message was. Now, what you should have did if you really wanted to send a message, instead of worrying about Drake, you know, guess who's that? Drake wasn't there. But guess who was there? Donald Trump. Guess who got 37 SA cases against women? Not Drake. Donald Trump. Guess who is trying to take away black history and things for black people in school, black education, and take things away from black people? Guess who's doing that? Not Drake. Donald Trump. Guess who was seen in multiple pictures with Epstein and rumors of him sleeping with young girls and who's made a notion about sleeping with his own daughter? Not Drake. Donald Trump. So when it came down to that part, why didn't you, if you really wanted to send a message to the government, why didn't you say, hey, Trump, I heard you like 'em young. You better never go to cell block 1. Why didn't you change the words at that point and say, hey, Trump? You've already sent Drake the message. You sent him your message the last time at the Grammys, when you did the whole thing at the Grammys, right? When the whole crowd did it. This time, how about the whole stadium saying A minor after you said, hey, Trump? That's sending a message. That's shaking the table. Why didn't you do that? Trump's the one running the country and trying to destroy black people, not Drake. So that's what I would have did if you wanted. Yes, you sent the message, but this dude don't know what you talking about, no way. And at the end of the day, he gonna leave out of there and start getting back to destroying black people tomorrow. But if you would have said, hey, Trump, he would have been like, whoa, he said my name? Wait a minute, I think he said my name. What's going on? Did he say my name? That would have been shaking the table. But I get it. But if you wanted to really, really send a message, hey Trump, I heard you like 'em young. You better never go to sell. Now that would have broke the internet.
Man, I did not crip walk like that at Wimbledon. Ooh, I would have been fine. It was all love.
It was all love, according to Serena Williams. Now, Serena Williams was taking a backlash online last night after she was crip walking up on stage with Kendrick Lamar, and Kendrick Lamar said he's got a big surprise for us. So I'm going to assume that was the big surprise. Now, everybody, of course, is saying, oh, Kendrick Lamar, to have Serena, Drake's ex, crip walking, to this song is diabolical, stuff like that. Then, of course, Serena fans was trying to say, oh, no, that was a message to Wimbledon. Let's stop. Wimbledon was 2022, wasn't it? Why would she be sending a message to Wimbledon right now? Right? When recently, wasn't she just crip walking? To They Not Like Us, either on Instagram or at the pop out or in the music video, one of the two. She's already doing that. So if she's going to send that message, it would have been there. According to how her husband acts, her husband's always taking shots at Drake online. This was by Kendrick Lamar, very calculated. And this was Kendrick Lamar sending a message and taunting Drake with his ex. Everybody knows it. Let's just stop. All right, we'll get past that. The second thing is a lot of people was dragging her and saying, here's Serena Williams, whose sister got killed by Crips, murdered by Crips, but yet and still to get back at her ex-boyfriend, she's crip walking. Now, I'm going to give you a little backstory to that because if you remember, a couple of years ago, I believe when she was crip walking, either when it happened at Wimbledon or when it happened at the pop out, her niece came out and said she thought it was disrespectful. Her own niece came out and said it, right? Saying, oh, your half-sister was murdered by Chris, but yet and still, to be petty, you're out here crip walking. And that was said to her by her own family. So that's what a lot of people were dragging her about. I get it. Kendrick wants to continue to be petty, continue to kick Drake's back in, and how doing it, how else better to do it than using somebody who obviously is still not over the breakup, even though she's married with 2 kids. The breakup still bothers her, obviously. Drake had, mentioned, I think in a recent, the unreleased stuff, didn't he say something about one of the songs was about Serena Williams? Yeah, I'm just too good for you. Then he said that was about Serena Williams. So, and then he has referenced her in a couple of his songs, from More Life and maybe even one after that. But she's married, she's moved on, so-called, with kids. And for her to still be worried about Drake, now she's saying, well, she hasn't said anything, but her fans are saying, oh no, it has nothing to do with Drake. It had everything to do with Drake. Let's not do that. But again, calculated move to have his ex crip walking on the song. All right, but as far as the other thing goes, look on Twitter. If you don't believe me, I'm just showing you one or two of what they're saying. You can go on Twitter and windmill for her against them if you don't believe me. Moving on to DJ Akademiks, and I guess it was true. Akademiks leaked what he said was Kendrick's Super Bowl set and his set list. And a lot of people said he was lying and thought that it was fake, including the entire Joe Budden podcast. It turns out that DJ Akademiks was 100% accurate with the set list that leaked. Now, you kind of, if you did a little research, you kind of could have figured that it was real because they got hit with a copyright. Whoever posted it got hit with a copyright on Friday. So you kind of figured then it was real. But I guess the Joe Budden podcast, because they want to be so quick to try to call people idiots and stuff like that, they did no research. They just said there's no way that set list is real. Take a listen to what Joe Budden said, and then we're going to come back with Akademiks' explanation of how he got it.
There was like recorded audio of like a rehearsal of the Super Bowl.
I didn't see it. No.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it went up, and
I want to tell all of the
down.
people that believe that was Kendrick's Super Bowl lineup, you're an idiot.
Yeah, I have a copy of the what is the quote unquote leaked.
Read it so they can hear just how stupid
it don't
they
make
are.
it. Yeah, I was like, this makes no sense to me.
Actually, don't read it yet. Okay. Y'all are really stupid. Seriously.
You know
I sat through all 12 minutes and 19 seconds of this. Some of y'all idiots out there are too damn devoted. Y'all really did it. Y'all really put like band breaks.
Yeah, the whole shit is in
They
it.
put fucking song segues. Mm-hmm. Let me tell whoever this cultureless kid is that put this together. This is the worst Super Bowl lineup I've ever heard.
And that's the point.
Yeah, somebody just trying to make Kendrick look stupid on Super Bowl weekend.
Yep.
No all right. Oh. No good kid, Mad City.
Here,
just Mad GNX records.
Let me read it. Well, all right, let me read it. Then
knock it off.
So the leaked set list is Bodies, which is the GNX snippet.
Okay.
Squabble Up.
Euphoria came on.
Humble. DNA. Euphoria. Then Fuck the Big Three line from Like That plays.
Oh, my Lord.
Man at the Garden. Peekaboo. Then Kendrick says he wants to perform his favorite song, alludes to it being Not Like Us. Luther. All the Stars. Not Like Us plays. And then it says Certified Lover Boy, Certified, and then Another Sound is made, and then TV off.
Yeah.
This is the absolute worst April Fool's joke that this is not happening. Punch would punch him. Somebody would step in if he got up. Let me tell y'all something. Hey, came up. If y'all think
suck my real talk, oh yeah, word to it. I swear, I gotta tell them all. I told him I'm the greatest. There's no number two. It's just me. The big whatever is just big act. Don't leak y'all suck. I told y'all what's gonna happen. It can happen. Nobody can say to me. Y'all can't. Y'all boys can't cancel the like yo nothing bigger than the chat. Let me tell you how I got that Kendrick Super Bowl performance. Nigga who worked at the arena is a chat. Labels tight to me, and they pay me. But we gonna work it out. Can't beat the chat. Stop it. You heard what I'm saying? That's how I got it. I took a card. Get my Interscope. How'd you get it? The NFL hit me. Act, we gonna sue you. Well, I told him, I said, I'm gonna call him Drake. No, I Drake my mans, but y'all gonna sue me? Because I don't sue. Actually, I would sue. I'm playing. Actually, I would. Anyway.
So that was Joe Budden podcast saying if y'all think Man of the Garden's coming on, y'all been in a good garden. And they're all laughing, cackling. Now, how did that egg feel on your face? How's the egg feel on your face? Because now you're going to have to come back and say, we were wrong. And I want you to keep that same energy and say that it's the worst set list ever. You said Kendrick would never do that. Akademiks said he got the leak from somebody that worked at the stadium. And these are the times that we're living in. That whenever you see stuff about a leak, you almost have to always believe it now, because nobody has integrity anymore. Because most of the time, if you notice lately, when people's songs get leaked and stuff like that, most of the time it's the real song, because then when the song comes out later that day or a day later, it's the leaked version that you heard. You know how they leaking all these TV shows and stuff like that, Power and everything? People are like, oh, that's not going to be the real version when it happens. And then it comes on and it's the exact version that got leaked. People were not leaking people's music in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. That recently just started with this generation. No integrity, leaking people's sound sets, leaking people's music. So Joe Budden, I want to see y'all keep that same energy. Akademiks said if he says it's a leak, then it's true. And he got people working at the studio, at the stadium, sending him stuff. This is the times we're living in now. This is the time we're living in now. I hope that they find whoever that person was and can him, fire him. All right? So shout out to Akademiks, man, for getting the leak. I want to hear Joe Budden and his cronies apologize for calling everybody idiots. And keep that same energy and say that sound set's the worst sound set you ever heard. Don't try to change it now like, oh, now that we heard, only Kendrick could pull off something like that. It's your boy Evan Hollywood for Value Network. Please like, comment, subscribe.